Thank you so much. I want to be very brief and follow the instructions of my president that this should not be very political, and you started by playing a political song. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. God is good, and all the time. Thank you to my president, President Eric Deuri, President of the Law Society of Kenya. President, were it not for you, I would still be in the jaws of my oppressors. So thank you very much. Nitakutafuta. To the Deputy President of the Law Society of Kenya, who was also my lecturer, Law Business Association, who impacted knowledge carelessly to us as comrades, Madam Faith, to Justice Muredi, who is also my lecturer at the Kenya School of Law, Mr. Justus Munyidhia, to all the ladies and gentlemen present, good morning. I'm Babu Owino. I'm here as a former comrade, as a current comrade, as a member of parliament for Embakasi's constituency, and as an accused person. So first I would like to really congratulate the office, the Law Students Association of Kenya office bearers, who came up with this vision to ensure that for the first time they formed an association that is going to help in fighting for the interest of Kenyan citizens. During my time as a student leader, we only had KLSS, that is at the University of Nairobi, and different organizations from different universities. But this is bringing students together. I would really encourage you to work with other organizations like the Law Society of Kenya, the Amnesty International, Kenya Human Rights Commission, to ensure that the inherent and inalienable rights of Kenyan citizens are fought for. As a former student leader and as a student, I would like to talk about education. And I would like to say that were it not for education, I would have not come to Nairobi. My first time to come to Nairobi was in 2007 when I alighted at Ambassador, and I didn't know where to go to. But what brought me to Nairobi was in pursuit of education. And were it not for education, I would have not gone to the University of Nairobi. I would have not been a student leader. Were it not for education, I would have not graduated. Were it not for education, I would have not been elected a member of parliament for Embakasi East constituency. And were it not for education, I would have not been arrested the other day. So the roots of education are very bitter, but the fruits are very sweet. And we say that education is the key to success. Education is the passport to the future, and the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. And if, or rather when you open the doors of a school or a classroom, you close the gates of a prison. And through education, being an equalizer, you will go anywhere in this world. As you pursue your degrees, ensure that the most important thing is for you to get that degree certificate, irrespective of the time that you will spend at the university. And we say, since education is the key to success, there is no harm, there is no problem in obtaining many keys to success. You can finish one degree like myself, get to the other, and always remember that it is only education that is going to take you to places that you've never stepped in. Lastly, as the Law Students Association of Kenya, this is an opportunity for you to provide leadership, because as things are in our country, we are headed in a wrong direction. Kenya is becoming a lawless country, a country where the Constitution is not respected. Just as Mr. President said, from police brutality to arbitrary arrests to non-disobedience of the Kenyan Constitution to the state capture of the parliament, that is both the National Assembly and the Senate. The only institution left in this nation to rescue us is the judiciary. And it is the judiciary that shall ensure that our constitution is respected. Without the judiciary, because we saw even the other day while in court, that even the litigants themselves were being harassed within the presence of the court. So you have a responsibility as a student leader, as a president of Law Students Association of Kenya, Madam Ms. Esther, to ensure that this association fights for the inherent and inalienable rights of Kenyan citizens, not only students, but we must fight for it not only spiritedly but also religiously. As a former student leader, I know some of our students don't get an opportunity to finish their studies. With what has been introduced as the new curriculum in our education system, if you ask me that is it a good one or a bad one, I would say it's not in the interest of Kenyan citizens. Because a nation that is not ready to educate her citizens is as good as a damn nation, because it is only education that is going to help us in the growth of our economy. But if we take away education from our students, from our people, what do we remain with? So we must stand and fight for the interest of Kenyans, irrespective of the political party you belong to. As a former student leader, I know what it is to lack fee, because at some point in life I lacked fee. And because of that, in my capacity as a member of parliament, through the leadership of the Law Students Association of Kenya, I will be giving you bursaries to ensure that you advance your education. Because without the fee, and now that help is not going to be available to most of us, it means that so many students are going to drop out of school. I don't want to proceed beyond that point, and I really want to thank you very much for your time. Staki mwingine na spirits of Tini na Tialala. May God bless you all. Asanteni sana. I'm part of you. Thank you. Thank you.